Hello, it's me again. I'm back here with Doki Doki Literature Club. If you are watching this, for you it may have been a matter of seconds, but for me it's been a couple of weeks before I've had the opportunity to record again. Trying to remember where we were. Creepy things were happening. We were following on playthrough number 2, and we're following Yuri. We are seducing Yuri, who is probably going to end up dead as a result. I'm still finding this game very creepy. I think the break has done me good. As I said at the start of the playthrough, I'm a bit of a coward on things like this, and I am finding this game quite disturbing. So in order to limit the immersion, I'm playing the game in windowed form. I am not listening to the soundtrack, and I am sat here on a morning with light streaming in through the windows and a hot cup of coffee. So yeah, I'm doing as much as I can to not be immersed in the game, short of actually not playing it. And before we start, I am playing this blind, but I'm going to make a call here to see which way it's going. Monica is the villain, I think. She had that line, which was not very subtle, about you and me are the only real people in this, I don't know if she said world or club or something like that, but the point is, I think she's addressing the player directly, not the player character. So I think that Monica, who her character obviously comes across as this sort of neutral, almost tutorial-like NPC in the dating sim that you are supposedly playing. Actually, I think she's trying to take control of the game. I don't think she has full control yet, because there were some times during the fucked up dialogue in the last that we played where Monica's where the fucked up is ending, Monica goes, no, not yet. So I think she's trying to gain control, she doesn't have full control of the game yet. And she's trying to manipulate the game, trying to write out the other characters. She's already written out. Ironically, I cannot remember the name of the character who commits suicide. Spooky, she's in her mind, it's something. Sayako, or something like that, but it's not that. And yeah, and I mean, the character talks about when whatever her bloody name is commits suicide, Monica tells us that she has spoken to the character the previous day. So you declare love, and then she find her hanged in the morning. Monica has had a conversation with her in between that time, in which presumably she psychologically tortured her and advised her to commit suicide. And also, before we start, you've had 3 minutes of me just talking now, but never mind, it's my video. There you go, big screen interaction. I've had my attention drawn to one line in the game which I didn't notice at the time because it was before you actually walk in on the suicide. Monica chides you for leaving your friend hanging. Classy. Okay, so moving on. Here we go. Right, well, the poetry writing bit, and we're gonna go for Yuri on the questionable assumption that Yuri's thing is going to be creepier than Natsumi's, something like that. Probably her being the cute one, hers going to be the creepiest of all. Never mind, decide on this name. So, words that Yuri will like: nightgown. Oh no, I thought it had night in it. It was creepy, but something along there. Vivacious. I don't reckon that's really know what that means. So, agonizing, massacre, fester, effulgent, melancholy. I am on 11,111,111 words out of 20. So either my game is broke or that's just an interface screen. I don't know how you discover that this game was bugged, actually. Obviously, that's like it is anyway. Philosophy. Or is it just in like it's just tallying? I don't know. I don't know. 91. Disaster. Suicide. Blah blah blah. Bad words. Oh, these particularly bad. Sunset. Headphones. Why that was a word pattern, that's what you like. Back to the depressing things. If someone else turns up, we've got some of the stream. Back we go. Julie likes us. Monica is late, and obviously we don't know what Monica is off doing. Probably building a gateway to Cthulhu. Which we're probably going to find out at some point. Yuri is aware that something is wrong with her. Of course, we know that she self-harms, and is probably being encouraged by Monica to self-harm and commit suicide. That's probably the way she's going. Little on edge, because like blades and edges. Not like the lesson. Hello. Posture. Passion motivates Monica to work hard. So again, I think we're going to take that as passion for the player. Yuri decides that we have considered Natsuki's concerns, and to address them we will say that it's fine. And that's the action we've taken on that. And we will bribe her into working for the festival, which is quite transparent. Nice moment of reconciliation. That will last. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. I'm finishing this shrine to the Elder Gods. Anyway, Matt, would you care to step over here and help me with my posture? We have a cat fight. I don't think I've said anything yet. Actually, I have a request. Okay. Do you mind if I make some tea and drink it? Okay. Yep, you don't have to go into this much detail about tea. You shouldn't need my help to make tea. I know tea isn't. You can get more into tea, and I know that in Japan and China you can get a lot more into tea, but I don't think they do a full elaborate ceremony every day, you know. You don't need to explain to me that you're going to plug the kettle in and then get some water. I don't give a fuck. I trust you. Simply watch her movements. The way Yuri moves contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Oh. She's going outside and she doesn't want us to follow her. Ooh, maybe it is drugged. Hello. Heavy breathing. Game goes weird. Yeah, I think it has happened before. And again, I've kind of been assuming that Monica is interfering with the game, interfering with time to stop us going after Yuri, so that Yuri, I don't know, gets worse and self-harms, or so that Monica can find her and do her harm. Too creepy. Yuri deconstructs unusual mannerisms and how one should approach them in relation to other people. Yes, Monica has been acting a little off. Okay, these I mean, it's not just me. Like this dialogue is getting a lot less subtle. I've been feeling something sharp whenever Monica's around. This is the person who Monica has told us self-harms. Okay. I'm not crazy with a really crazy expression. Monica's character begins to fade into the screen. Yuri likes knives. Yuri invites us to her house so that she can stab us with knives. Hello, Monica, yes. Well, I mean, you're making Monica sound reasonable. Okay, so that happened. Let's go straight back to Yuri. I mean, I would say that she's coming on a little strong, but compared to a moment ago, no, she's shy and retired again. You do that. Yeah, okay, I'm sure you will. I'd rather you didn't. I'm not sure I want your poem. Okay, here we go. Okay, and I can't even read it. You cut yourself with it. Scroll to the bottom. Lovely. Oh, fuck me. Doubt it with your scent. Okay. Hello, you're relatively normal in this playthrough, although only relatively. Oh yeah, I've not got my poem anymore. Sylvia's poem. I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive, things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her. But if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hates me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. Yeah, it's alright. Some of your poems, more sort of prose. But yeah, nice theme. What's happening now? I changed my mind. Okay. So the weird text is Monica, as in sort of pretending that she's the other characters. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point trying to do anything. Yeah, so this is Monica, like impersonating Natsuki, right? Yeah, okay, it's definitely, yeah. Just Monica, just Monica, just Monica. Okay. Okay, reloads. Okay, hello. Didn't walk. No. Ah. Festival preparations. Haven't we heard the start? I'm not sure. one. But we've had this dialogue before, with some modifications, I think. Again. Make a choice. I mean, the game has just told me that, you know, just Monica. So let's try and not choose Monica. Okay, it controls my cursor. Well, fuck you, game. I can apparently move it away from the thing quicker than... Okay. It's what he chose. Rebellion. Ouch. Alone with Yuri. At least she knows there's something wrong with him. Oh, she decides to replace it. Fantastic. You know, if the creepy black text is Monica sort of taking control and impersonating a character in order to make them sound weird and off-putting, I don't know with Yuri why she bothers, because the I'm touching myself with your poem thing was in black text implying that Monica wrote it. She's now writing all this really creepy stuff in normal white text, which I can only assume, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but only assume is actually Yuri. Gathered. Stop referring to blood, please. Stole a pen. Fuck me. Deal's off. Yeah, don't. Nah. Yep. Lovely, lovely. That's nice. Oh, that's whole. That's an awful lot of meaningless dialogue to make me read. Am I supposed to be decoding it? An awful lot. Okay, what is happening here? I was going to say they don't seem to be randomly generated, but I mean, how the fuck would I know? The skip button is live. Let's see what happens if I click that. Right, okay. Well, I've had a change in the screen colour. Oh, it's night time, I see. Gonna get to morning again. Yep. I'm supposed to do something else now. I can no longer interact with the game window. So, yeah. Is it just me, or is that corpse starting to decompose? That's nice. That's really nice. Lovely. Lovely. We're back. Yeah, yeah. I guess it is festival time. Apparently the idea is I've actually been in here 2 days talking to a corpse. Oh, don't blame me for vomiting, I really don't. Hello. Oh. Aha, I think I'll laugh about it. What are you doing now? Yeah, you removed Yuri. You moved Natsuki. Okay. What are you going to do now? I'm almost done. Have a cupcake. Lift the foil from character not in game tray and take a cupcake. I mean, you know, I've dicked around with console commands in Oblivion as well, so... And we're back. Game reboots. Can you hear me, says Monica. Hello. And we know the universe outside the windows. Deleted the entire world. Okay. Monica is pretending this is the start of a new game. Vaguely relevant dialogue. No, we're skipping over it. Yeah. No. Yep, you're talking to the player character. Talking to you, Matt. You still address me by the name I typed into the box and stuff. So. Or, what's it gonna have hacked into my Facebook or something? Ooh, yes, I do go by my username on the computer. Is that what you're taking that from? I'm quite curious to know. Anyway, if I wanted to particularly not have my real name associated with this video, I suppose that's gone out the window, isn't it? No, I have managed to follow the plot that much. It's like the game's download page. Fuck you. Yeah, it's nice of you. Sayuri, that was her name. Heavenly. So, I'm still not entirely sure what the plot here is supposed to be. In that, yeah, okay, I get like she's speaking to me. I like, who is she? Is she supposed to have a real sentient existence within the game, and therefore were Natsuki, Yuri, and Sayuri supposed to have sentient existences within the game and have now effectively been murdered? Or is she supposed to be some kind of entity outside the game altogether who has created the game as a way of getting to, I shouldn't say the character, to me? Who knows? Not a very good code. I mean, if it's any consolation, Monica, on the first playthrough, I'm not going to address her in the second person, given the circumstances. If it is any consolation to the fictional character of Monica, I was actually trying to, on the first playthrough, pick words for poems that she would like, but it actually wasn't an option. So. What kind of cool game is this? Story-based visual novel. I guess it's impossible to make a non-story-based visual novel. Yep. So they don't have free will. I mean, you could make an argument here that if they don't have free will and aren't self-aware and don't exist, then well, Monica has still done something wrong by putting the player through all this. So yeah. Just close the program. And seriously, game, if you just stop me closing the program, that's called malware. Well, you're complaining that your previous companions didn't have free will. About that, I guess I'll progress. Oh, good. As long as you got something out of it. Also, I've got to say, her posture does seem to have improved. I saw how easy it was, and you typed delete. Okay, she's now talking about video game suicide. Lovely. Nah, we've had enough poems. Don't really think it does work, TBH. This doesn't look like a fully working interface to me. However, me. Just trying to pick the words that are like the least closest to Monica. Which in most cases, just I suppose means the shortest. Oink. Oni. Oni means devil in Japanese, how appropriate. Get pounds today on your Onicas. Oi! Impressed us, I was just wondering whether any of them were actually just the word Monica. I'm not going to pick it. Thank. Hello. No, not really. Kind of fucked it. Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength. The courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. Monica started off not fucking about with reality. Although she was interfering even in playthrough 1, wasn't she? Because she fucked about with Siley, so game strongly hinting here that I should delete Monica's character file and see what happens. I should probably pay a little bit more attention whilst we was going through how to do that. Right, I think there's a fair chance that I'm supposed to reload the game at this point, and that I just have Monica staring at me. So, I have done a little bit of reading about this game. Okay, no, she has said something. Okay, let's proceed. Portrait of a really fucked up girl. Yeah. Ooh, I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Alright, so as I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted, I did a little bit of reading because I wanted to find out just how disturbing the game was likely to get, and I did try to look in the vaguest possible terms and avoid any spoilers. Didn't entirely succeed there. So that's not. I didn't see the ending or anything like that. The only thing that I pretty much saw was that the game comes in 3 acts. Or at least I saw that nomenclature used. Monica's saying something again. The point I'm making is that I think we are at the end of Act 2, and the game is suggesting that we are reaching an ending. I don't know whether we've reached an ending. I'm suspecting that I'm supposed to go now and try and fiddle around with the game, try to meet Monica or whatever. Although I really don't know whether the game encouraging me to do certain game files would work, so maybe I'm completely wrong on that. But basically I think that's how we're probably supposed to proceed. However, there's still dialogue. College. Monica starts talking about university and why we shouldn't always go to university, so we're just going to have like a random advert for apprenticeships or something in the game. Apparently we are. Yeah, okay, I get it. University is not the only way. Fine. You have all these students who have no idea what they want to do with their life. Yeah, tell me about it. A large part of your demographic there for this game, of course. Entirely think that taking a degree will get you a job is a bad thing. Okay. But yes, that is true. Okay, I mean that was just it. It was just a conversation about education for the millennial generation. Not without its insights. Fine. So I suspect the point we're at now is that you're stuck at this screen forever, and that this game will occasionally generate something for Monica to say. An interesting perspective that the things she's saying are not dumb. She's a reasonably intelligent conversationalist, like a genuinely interesting person. Let's see what she says now. How do you read? It is easy to neglect reading. I've started managing to read a lot more, which I'm pleased about. not a bad suggestion. Though I never really want to read before bed. I read in my lunch breaks as a minimum, and then sometimes elsewhere. Again, just like reasonable advice. So yeah, I guess that's the point. That she was actually a reasonable person, but was trapped in a game that would never allow you to pick the well-adjusted normal character. You'd have to pick one of the wacky out there characters. I knew Sayuri was an admirable character in many ways. I thought. Willing to do an awful lot to help her best friend grow. That's a very admirable trait. Moving on. I'm probably supposed to quit this at some point, but like, the screen isn't going too weird. It's not creeping me out that much, and Monica's dialogue is reasonably interesting and insightful. As it's probably going to surprise me at some point, like maybe want to run away screaming, but. We still don't know what she was doing, do we, when she was playing the piano? Or is that just supposed to be her, like, running away and hurriedly reading through reprogramming video games for dummies? If we did end up getting new members, I'd just delete them anyway. Haven't you, like, deleted the world? Because, I mean, that's the time-space continuum out there. That was a bit less insightful. That was like, I wish we had new members. Oh yeah, I deleted the world. Lol. So yeah, I mean, I don't know whether there are multiple endings to the game or not. I kind of feel like there probably are, but at the same time, I don't see that I've made very many choices at all. And I mean, in theory, one of the most significant choices would have been whether or not to accept Sayuri's confession of love near the start. But I'm equally damn certain that whether I had accepted her love, well, I did accept. Did choose to accept her love. Even if I'd rejected it, she would have killed herself. I mean, that's pretty easy to imagine. She would have gone, "Oh my god, my best person in the world does not love me. I'm going to kill myself." So what I'm saying is that a lot of the choices I don't really think were significant choices. But then, I don't know, because we never got round to the falling in love with Natsuki storyline, and presumably I could have picked a bunch of words that would have been appealing to her, so... But then the ending could simply have been Natsuki goes weird, I don't know, Natsuki kills herself, and then Yuri gets deleted, so I don't know. Dialogue... So yeah, but I think I'm supposed to take this as an ending, but then we've had a couple of hints. There's a whole play around with the game files thing, and there's the there's the book that she mentioned. She's left a plot hook there. So I think I'm supposed to go away and play around and see what I can do. Blah blah blah. You bought wine. Maybe like some wine. Is that a weird thing to do? Laughed at. I mean, it's pretty odd to bring wine to an after-school club, I guess, a book club. Is that weird? I mean, I still don't know how old these characters are supposed to be. They're not the usual thing to do, but I think I was curious to try. I mean, that implies that they're under the legal drinking age. But I mean, even then, yeah. Teenagers drinking underage. Oh my god, how weird. It could have been kind of fun. Don't condone underage drinking. pretty much anyone can do underage drinking. I mean, age of drinking in the UK is 18. I was pretty socially stunted before the age of 18. Even I managed to get drunk, albeit at 17, which is older than most people. In America, it's 21, for fuck's sake. Imagine weddings at 21 before you're allowed to drink. I went over to America when I was 20. I couldn't drink, it was so annoying. I managed to be underage twice in the same lifetime. Back in my debate club days, I learned a whole lot about arguing. Now you didn't. The problem with arguing is that each person sees their opinion as the superior one. And arguably, that's the problem that arguing is supposed to solve, but yeah. It is stating the obvious, yeah. I was in a debate club briefly, and I mean that's not really the problem that each person sees their opinion as a superior one, because at least in the debates I attended, you were assigned a point to argue. You didn't get to put your own point of view across. Again, no, Monica is making perfectly good and insightful points about people's opinions, especially when they come to subjective matters of taste, and points that are actually very relevant to our experiences today. This dialogue is really interesting. Yep, pretty true. Could have come from that book, How to Make Friends and Influence People, but yeah, true. It's not even about being subjective. I think it's about well, it is about being subjective, but it's about not making the other person like personally involved in things. You can just, rather than stating this film was good because it did this, you can state the facets about it that made it good in your views. You say it was insightful about this, or it made me feel a particular way, which is basically what Monica said. Monica's debate tip of the day. Yeah, so presumably I'm supposed to get bored with this at some point, exit the game, piss about with the game files, and come back for more weirdness. Like seriously, this is so refreshing because this is the least creepy the game has been for some time, and I realise I'm saying that of a screen of a girl who's just fucking deleted the world to be with me forever, staring into my eyes, and that's the least creepy this game has been. I mean, it wasn't creepy at the start, but at that point it was just tedious. Like most visual novels, I do not think this game has inspired me to go out and seek more dating sims. If only because I did, I would be terrified that one of the characters was about to hang themselves. High school is a really turbulent time in lots of people's lives. I feel like the rest of what she's about to say is probably quite insightful, but she's not half good at stating the bloody obvious. Feel free to skip ahead, like, as if you knew. You mentioned social media and social pressures. The thing I think about social media is that it takes the sort of bullshit, arbitrary social pressures of secondary school and takes them beyond secondary school. Like, social media is like a playground, and people still get subjected to that social pressure. So a lot of the jealousies and the arbitrary comparisons that people end up making in secondary school, which makes them unhappy, gets carried over to later life by social media. I feel that was insightful. Feel free to quote that. Just read a very good book about depression, written by a psychiatrist who's treating it and basically wants to not view it as an entirely physiological condition. It's not like one of the books is completely against antidepressants, because that viewpoint has recently been fairly convincingly debunked, I think. But just acknowledge the fact that while obviously it does have biological factors, it's very reductive to say that depression is a purely biological thing. People are instinctively resistant to that point of view, I think, because depressive moods, they are emotionally significant to the person experiencing them and the way they relate to the world, so they don't want to be told that it's just entirely a biological misfire. You have to address the underlying psychological as well. Anyway, it's very good, and it's called The Other Side of Silence by Linda Gask, so if anyone comes across that, I would recommend it. Good advice on how to treat someone with depression. A little bit hypocritical, Monica. You've just talked two people into killing themselves. But you could have just deleted them in the first place. Okay. Well, yeah, I'd like to say it was giving me some perspective. You fucking made her hang herself. Yes, she is gone. It's your fault. There you go, so I was never real in the first place. To believe what Monica is saying, the only crime she's committed is the psychological torture of the player and trying to capture the player for eternity, which is a bit of a big deal, actually. Anyway. Well, technically I'm not allowed to struggle with depression and play this game according to the warnings about it. What a very uplifting sentiment for this game to put across. Humans are complicated. So yeah, again, the question is, what is Monica? Since the game is now outright stated, albeit from Monica, whom you could view as an untrustworthy source, that Monica's victims, other than the player, were not real, and therefore, no reason to feel any compassion for them, any more than I should feel genuine guilt for having clicked through the dialogue in this game. It does leave the question of who is Monica, why is Monica self-aware, where does she come from? I'm going to have a look at the game's download page in a minute, because apparently I missed something there. About spontaneous anxiety. Yeah, and then you start to become anxious about them. And you become anxious about being anxious. Being anxious, I'll help you relax a little. Well, sorry, I don't know why I turned into a cat. I'm not going to say in this game all our worries are gone forever. This game has not made me feel calm and at peace. Although I really am just enjoying clicking through Monica's insightful dialogue. And wondering how much of it the game has. Yeah, I'm gonna quit soon. Can't even save. But if ever a game had autosave built in, it was this game that screws with its own interface. I wonder what it feels like to die. Oh, you're not doing that. Whenever you quit the game, I die. Wow. No, I am not being guilt-tripped into not quitting the game. That is bullshit. It don't really exist where I can remember it anyway. I mean, Cogito Ergo Sum. That's the game telling us she is code. Why is she self-aware? not pleasant at all to be trapped in that screaming void. That sounds like a very mild TripAdvisor review. I was trapped in a screaming void while my mind was torn to pieces. I felt it was not particularly pleasant, so I will give this hotel a 3 out of 5. I was enjoying the game's dialogue, but that was below the belt. Guilt tripping me for quitting the game. Fuck right off. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Should probably quit at about this point. Yeah. So, this would seem to be the game's ending for now, but it is implied that we should go and fiddle about with the game files to remove Monica from the game, to try to... Well, exactly what my motive is supposed to be to get this game back to the wonderful utopia that it was to begin with, where it was a tedious visual novel, eventually someone died. It's not clear, but out of curiosity, I'll probably try to do that. I'm not a fan of cold weather. It's quite cold at the moment. It was snowing a moment ago, actually, here in Sheffield, United Kingdom. It seems to have stopped now. Monica prefers being too cold to being too hot. So when you're cold, it has to be. I've got to disagree. I used to disagree when I was growing up. I used to say I preferred winter to summer. Since I realised I'm bollocks because there's no daylight at all. But I don't know. I feel like if you're too hot, it is uncomfortable and you have no energy. Whereas too cold is generally just uncomfortable. Fingers get numb. Gloves you can't use your thumb in. Yeah, if it's really cold. But I still, at least I still feel like that being that degree of hot is worse. I'm saying it's easier to cool down than to warm up. I'm not sure it is. Like, you must put more layers on. You can't just keep taking layers off. You can't take off your skin. Although you would probably have tried. Right, so we're becoming less insightful. So we're going to call it that. Yeah. So I mean, in theory, I've finished the game. I don't actually know. I'm pretty sure there's more to it. I can delete Monica, and then she'll like try and haunt my dreams and start popping up in other apps or something. I can't interfere with other programs. That'll be malware. Oh God, this is getting more depressing. Okay, let's click through this one. People are special for their own sake. Like, you don't have to be doing anything new to me. You're the only you yourself. That's really woolly, but I know what I mean. There's only one opportunity for the person that you are, the consciousness that you are, to feel pleasure and happiness. That is especially in yourself. What are the chances that you'll be the one to invent artificial intelligence? Well, I mean, given that you are a bunch of self-aware code, I'd say you've already fucking done it. Negative outlook. Right, calling it there, so I will be back with the results of my investigation. Thank you for watching.